ever thought to yourself, boy, that person is wicked smart? That's where we say it in Boston. Have you ever wondered how they got wicked smart? Stay tuned. Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we will educate, lead, and inspire. And my focus today is a really simple question. Do you ever really stop and think about what makes somebody smart? Well, I think we should call upon one of the people that is recognized as perhaps the smartest person of all times, Albert Einstein. Let's look at a couple of quotes that he had, and let's put them into some practical use so that you can become wicked smart. Albert Einstein, two quotes I want to give to you here. The first one says, "The only real valuable thing is intuition." The second quote is, "The intuitive mind is a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift." Unquote. All right, what the heck does all that mean? All right, first of all, if you want to be wicked smart, what are the components that make up somebody that's a smart person? Well, first of all, they have a bunch of information. They have some expertise in a particular area. So you have to do some studying, some learning, some knowledge gathering. You have to have some information. But there's lots of people that you know, I'm sure, that when you talk to them, they have information, but you still don't consider them wicked smart because all they're doing is parroting something that they read, in a book. Isn't that what they do in school? He'd read the chapter, there's 4 questions at the end, and you'll see if you go back into the chapter that you have the exact sentence that's the answer to that question. That's how they do school books. Does that make you wicked smart? Does that make you smart at all? No, it just means that you can read and you can see something, so on. So what is it that makes a person very smart? Well, once again, going back to that quote, the intuitive mind is a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant. Knowing something is important. How does your mind work? You have the conscious side, you have the subconscious side. What we're saying here is that we're not using the subconscious part because that is where the label smart comes into play. Here's how it works. Your mind is kind of like a computer. You put information into it. And the more information that you have, the more options that there are. But here's a problem. Something comes up and you want to have an answer, and then you got to stop and you got to think and you got to access that information. And then you say to yourself, now, what was that again? What was that again? I know that. What was that again? It's the same type of thing as like when somebody says, do you remember so-and-so back when we were in the 5th grade? And you can see the face, you can see yourselves laughing together, or the guy picking on you, or whatever memory you have of that particular person, and you can't remember what their name was. All right? So you're saying to yourself, who is that? Who is that? I gotta remember that particular name, and you can't remember it. And then all of a sudden one day you're taking a walk, or you're going for a drive, or you're in the shower, and boom, the name comes to you out of nowhere. Here's the formula. Here's the formula. First of all, you've got to have the information somewhere inside of you. It's kind of like going to a library and looking for some information, and they don't have it in the stacks. They don't have it on their computers. They don't have it anywhere. Well, you're not going to be able to get the information. So the information has to be there someplace. Okay? Secondly, you have to give yourself some time. You have to let the question marinate in your mind. There has to be a marination period. And when you have that marination period, your subconscious is continuously going to work, looking for it, and then it finds it. Now, we live in a society where everybody, every 2 seconds, is always looking at their phone. You can't walk from your home to the subway or walk up the stairs without looking at your phone. Everybody's doing that. In a restaurant, they're looking at their phone. They're not giving themselves a time to marinate. Now, if you think of the answers to the question of who was that guy, all right, I know it's in the back of my mind. I know I have it in here someplace. If you come up with that answer when you're taking a shower, take a longer shower, all right? Or when you get going for a walk, take a longer walk. It's kind of as simple as that. The problem is that you don't know when. It's not something that like you turn on like a light switch, you turn it on, boom, you're illuminated. It doesn't work that way. The way it works is it just happens. So what you want to do is you want to give yourself as much opportunity to marinate, to have that thought, and because you get your input from the infinite mind, the infinite partner. That's the objective that you want to achieve. What are we trying to do here? What we're trying to do is to enlist the aid of our infinite partner, the infinite mind. And the infinite mind, here's the way it works. I don't know why, I don't know how, this is the way it works, okay? You have the information somewhere inside your personal library, but you don't know what section of the library that it's in. How do you find it? By giving yourself that relaxed, focused time. That relaxed, focused time. When you're driving, when you're not thinking about it, boom, it comes up. When you're taking a shower, boom, it comes up. When you're watching your kids and you're just watching them and kind of meandering off, boom, it will come to you. That's the way it works. And if we want to get that to work for us, if we want to become wicked smart, then what we have to do is give ourselves that relaxed focus time. I like to and you have to plan it. You have to plan it. I mean, it'll come to you. I mean, some things will come to you, but the people that are the smarter people are the ones that plan that relaxed focus time. What I refer to on many occasions here on this channel as quiet thinking time. It's just one more chance for you to allow your subconscious mind to give you an aha moment. Aha, that's the name of the guy. Aha, that's the name of the restaurant. Aha, you follow what I'm saying? So once again, let's go back to, why you didn't discover the law of relativity. Okay? Einstein certainly had a lot of knowledge in here. But he also knew how to think. He knew about the thinking process. He knew that he wanted to partner with the infinite mind. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift. It's sacred. And the rational mind is the faithful servant. We've created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. Let's focus on the gift. Let's focus on the gift and understanding how the gift works for us. It works for us. You first have to have the knowledge. Then you have to allow your subconscious mind to access that knowledge. And when you can put those things together, then you're going to come up with some answers, because what the infinite mind, what the infinite partner does is it puts the pieces together of the puzzle that you've accumulated over time and says, if you put this piece with this piece, then you can achieve this piece. Does that make some sense? All right. So if all you're doing is focusing on logic, then it doesn't allow you to be creative by putting together pieces that will make a very, very fine puzzle. Let me give you kind of some quotes here from other super achievers that have found that secret. I'm sharing this with you. Trust yourself. You know more than you think you do. Benjamin Spock. It's through science that we prove, but through intuition that we discover. Henri Poincaré. Intuition becomes increasingly valuable in the new information society precisely because there is so much data. The more you know, the more puzzle pieces you can put together to come up with a new idea. A hunch is creativity trying to tell you something. That's Frank Capra, the director. Jonas Salk. It's always with excitement that I wake up in the morning wondering what my intuition will toss up to me, like gifts from the sea. I work with it and rely on it. It's my partner. So the space that you're trying to get into is you have a bunch of information, you have some sort of a vision, something you're trying to accomplish, and you're passing that along to the infinite mind so that the infinite mind can help you take the pieces that are already existing within you and come up with a brand new product. Does that make sense? That's the way Einstein thought. That's the way Jonas Salk thought. All human knowledge thus begins with intuitions, proceeds thence to concepts, and ends with ideas. That's Immanuel Kant. Do you see how this works? Now, when you're having that vision, you're sending that vibe out there and singling it out, singleness of purpose, you're singling it out there so that the infinite partner can grasp it and then say, okay, let's take a look in the library, let's see what pieces we can put together. You want to be wicked smart? That's your formula. And remember always, don't ration the passion, fashion the passion. I'm Eli's dad.